1 Corinthians 26 through 28 says, "Brothers, think of what you were when you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. He chose the lowly things of this world and the despised things and the things that are not to nullify the things that are." You ever felt like you're not good enough for God to use? You ever felt like you're just too small for God to use? You know what God loves to do? He loves to freak people out by choosing people that we thought He'll never use that person. And guess what? Ta-da! I mean, how many times have you thought, He can't do that? I would not be standing here. God freaked me out. Here, do TV. Yeah, okay, whatever. Guess what? When God's in it, He'll make provision for it. He can take the small little things that we think are nothing in our lives and boom, He can explode it. Jabez fit that mold. At some point in our lives, we're going to fit that mold too, aren't we? So at some point, if you haven't gotten there, you will, where you think, God, that's just too big for me. That's just a little out there. That's just a little much. He loves to freak people out by using people that the world calls nobodies. God's into nobodies. Because God takes nobodies and He makes them somebodies. You ever heard of Agnes Bourgeois? I bet you have. If you look at her life on paper, she'd definitely been deemed as a nobody. She never owned a house. She never owned a car. She never got married. She never went to college. When she was asked about her vocation, she said it was not social work, but belonged to Jesus Christ. She cared for the starving, the sick, and the dying on the streets of Calcutta. You know her as Mother Teresa. Interestingly enough, Mother Teresa was a Nobel Prize winner. Interestingly enough, when she died, her sweet little wrinkled face, I can still see it, was on the cover of Time magazine. Do you remember that issue? Mother Teresa, in the world's eyes, was a nobody. A few years before she died, a journalist asked her a question. He said, "What will happen when you're no longer with us?" I love her answer. Listen to this. She said, "I believe that if God finds a person even more useless than me, He will do even greater things through her." That's good stuff right there. Mother Teresa felt useless? If Mother Teresa felt useless, sometimes I look in the mirror and think, I'm in trouble. I got to get busy. But you know what? She realized her place. She knew that God could take her and do great and mighty things, not because of who she was, but because of who she served.